This is the plaintiff, Elizabeth Thomas. She says the defendant, an auto repair shop she hired to fix her car, is treating her like she's ignorant about cars because she's a dumb woman. That's right, he did a horrible job repairing her car. It looks like a 4-year-old did the work. She filed a complaint with the Attorney General and is suing the defendant today in this court for the return of $5,221.42, the amount she's owed. This is the defendant, Ron Manross Jr. He says he did work to the plaintiff's car after an accident to her rear end. After the work was completed, the plaintiff was happy. Then a few days later, she called to accuse him of damaging the front end of her car. Basically, the plaintiff's a nut job who's going all over town accusing him of all sorts of things which aren't true. Bottom line, the Attorney General, the Better Business Bureau, and the Department of Justice have all sided with him. And he thinks the judge will, too. He's accused of causing all sorts of damage.
All parties, please use your right hand.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket, the plaintiff says the auto repair shop ripped her off because she's a woman, but the defendant says she was happy with the job. It's the case of get out of my chromosome.
Thank you, Douglas. Okay, Elizabeth Thomas, you are suing Ron's Auto Body, represented here by Ron Manross. You're the owner?
Yes.
Okay. For the amount that the insurance company paid them for the repair, plus all which you want back after the repair, and you also want the damages that you say are their fault that happened to the car once in their care. Talk to me. What happened?
So the automobile accident happened in December. The car went to his shop in January, and it came back and it looked great. There was a few minor incidents that needed to be touched up. But
Such as?
There was some Bondo on the top of the trunk. It was missing a little rubber piece on the right-hand side.
Okay.
The window was all scratched. It looked like a router had hit it. And the backup camera and everything worked at that time. It were just the small little minor things that needed to be done. So he agreed to take the car back to have it redone and asked for pictures of everything that I needed to have redone.
Okay. Do you have those pictures?
I do.
Okay. May I see them? So those are the pictures that you tell him, this is what I need you to redo.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so you bring the car in, and does he redo everything you tell him that you need him to redo?
He did.
Okay, so this is the what was that about the tire?
The tire was bent in the accident, so it needed a new, there was a supplement that was put on the insurance. It needed a new rim, and that's the new rim that was put on there.
Meaning what?
Bent.
That the new rim was put on bent, but he collected the supplement, but that it wasn't straightened out.
I don't know if it was replaced, but that's what was put back on there.
Okay. Then this is that rubber piece you were saying was missing?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Tell me what this is. Why don't you come over here? What is that a picture of?
It's a Toyota Corolla LE.
Yeah, but
and that's a big cut that was supposed to be replaced that wasn't replaced. And that's like a knife cut in the trunk.
What's that?
That's where the window's scratched with the router. That's the back window, right-hand corner.
How much? I can't tell because you're close in.
Probably about that big.
Okay, I need you to go back over there. According to you, did you send them by email, the pictures?
Text messages.
Okay, can I see your text messages where you bring this up at the time? Because he's saying you didn't bring this up at the time, that first round. That's what I want to see. So according to you, what were the problems she brought up?
The gap around the tail light was not quite perfectly even, and if you looked in between, you could see a little bit of body filler, which...
What else?
And also underneath the trunk lid, on the bottom side, there's a little bit of seam sealer underneath used as part of the repair. She didn't like it because it didn't look identical to the other side.
Well, there was also a rubber thing missing, right?
Yes, that was also taken care of.
And what else?
The wheel.
Let's see the text where you show him what's wrong. Looks like the window's missing. This is her text to you. Looks like the window's missing the rubber piece that protected the windows, all scratched. I know you that's the only reference to it. You don't send a picture. You don't send that picture. I know you only had to fix. Did you send it later? I mean, you saw what you handed me to look at, right? Okay. The least you could have done was made it look decent. There's overspray. It's rough. There's a big gap in the bumper where the lights are. I run over the driver's side. The whole side of the car is paint. Didn't get buffed out. Didn't get covered. Just spray paint everywhere. Paint still in the car. Yada, yada, yada. So now this is a video that you sent him when you picked it up that second time, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Because when you picked it up, you were unhappy.
Very.
Tell me that this is not paint on my seat. Look at how dirty all this is. You see this? You see this? You see the paint? Look at that. Disgusting.
Okay, I can't see the paint because you're angry. You're about 4 feet away and you're going like this. Do you have pictures of paint overspray on your car seats?
Yes, ma'am. Not on the car seats, just on the, I took just the main.
Show me any
Parts.
proof that you have of what it is you're saying. So when you pick it up, do you speak with him?
I never spoke to Ron. I only spoke with his employees.
Is this your license plate?
Yeah,
You sprayed over her license plate?
it's
No,
clear
ma'am.
cover.
The license plate was taken off the car before the bumper was painted. There's no way there's overspray on that license plate.
What am I looking at in that picture?
I also have pictures.
No. What am I looking at?
You're looking at a plastic cover over top of the license plate, which is old and yellowed and faded due to
Doesn't look
time.
like that. It looks like white paint, though. Okay. And what's that a picture of?
This is what the insurance took before it went to his shop.
Okay. Hand that to my bailiff. That's a picture the insurance company took of that plastic protector. So that's how it looked going into your shop, and that's how it looked going out. It looks like your guy didn't take it off, right?
It was taken off. This is just a poor picture of poor quality, which
Is
is
that what
showing
it is,
white.
or is it that your guys are a little lazy?
So do auto repair shops take advantage of women?
I believe they do,
Why?
because they think women don't know anything about repairing a car.
Do you know anything about cars?
Not much.
Do you know anything about cars?
No.
Do you know anything about cars?
Nothing.
There you go, going inside the courtroom.
No, we're not lazy. I have pictures here showing it when it left.
Okay, what about the overspray what is this a picture of?
That's when I lifted up where the trunk is, you lift up where the spare tire was, and that's what it looked like when I lifted up the.
And the complaint is that there's overspray, right? Did you ever take it to a detailed place to find out what it would cost you to get all this overspray taken care of?
No, ma'am, I
That's
didn't.
your measure of damages. What do you think I'm going to do? I'm going to make the guy, where he repairs your car, you're going to get a free repair, so you get the insurance money, and then your car's repaired with no problem for you, plus he has to pay you another $2,000. I mean, what do you think this is, the lottery? It's not. I mean, that would be your measure of damages. In other words, if you're saying, look, he fixed the car, but look, this is gross, okay, go find out what it costs to ungross it, right? Oh, but you say that when you picked it up, also, there were other things wrong with the car,
Yes, ma'am.
such as?
The repairs that were done, the bumper's not attached. It looks worse now than what it did.
I need you to prove that. You have pictures of the
Yes,
second
ma'am.
go around and the bumper's hanging, or it's not on right?
There's pictures of the left side, there's pictures of the right side. The whole right side is open on the right side
I'm
of the
going to
trunk.
need you to come back here because you have like 800 pictures here, and I'm going to need you to show me what you're saying. Go ahead. You can.
This is the right side of where and this is the left side.
Okay.
There's a big gap. This is the left side of the trunk, and this is the right side where he did the repairs, which basically looks like this. It's not sealed, so when you close it, it's scraping.
Did you take the car anywhere else to get estimates on how to repair this?
They would not give me an estimate because it was in a court case, and they said it was to a liability risk.
Okay.
cou-
I've been doing
and-
this a long
I know,
time.
and I asked
And
my-
every litigant who comes here proves it by getting an estimate for getting work done. Every litigant will come in and say, look, this other shop wants to charge me $600 to repair all the little things, so I want this man to pay me $600 to repair it because he shouldn't have handed it over here. That's a really clean, easy, provable case for you. And instead what you do is you come in here asking for all the money back that the insurance paid him for the repair to your car, which is over $3,000, and then you're guessing at what it'll cost to fix these other things instead of bringing me proof?
I tried to get
No,
estimates. in
I don't
Raleigh.
believe
Okay,
you. How many places did you go to and say, what will it cost me to fix this?
5.
Yeah, okay, now I really don't believe you. Take your pictures and go back there. Now, go ahead and go back to your podium. 5. There are things that I'm seeing in that picture. It kind of looks like really sloppy work. And this is the part in the people's court where I do a little rough justice because you're entitled to something, even if you're not smart enough to bring proof of what it is
Yes, ma'am,
in
I'm
order to get
sorry.
the amounts that you want. I'm ordering the defendant to return a portion of the money. $1,000 verdict for the plaintiff.
Well, the judge orders the defendant to give the plaintiff back $1,000. How do you feel about the outcomes?
Some of the pictures were ambiguous. She claimed there was overspray, but it's actually faded plastic on the license plate. But so be it. I always aim to please.
Well, obviously you didn't please enough because you ended up in court, you know.
First time in 30 years.
Really?
Sooner or later, if you deal with enough customers, you'll find one that you cannot please.
Okay, and she won, so maybe she did the right thing. All right, thank you very much. Sorry about that. Here comes Ms. Thomas now. I'm intrigued. Did you really go to the Attorney General and complain to the Attorney General of the state?
I sure did. Yes, sir.
You were gung-ho to get
I
something.
was going ho because I paid good money for a brand new car and I want my car fixed.
Well,
you cash the check.
All right.
Fix
Well,
the
you're
car.
getting $1,000. That's certainly not what you were suing for, but are you okay with that?
I'm okay. The car's still going to have some done.
You
work
realize
done,
what she said. You just didn't give
I
some
know.
estimates. Had you
and
done that?
I tried. I did. I
it
really
could've helped you.
seriously tried.
Well, I don't think she believed you there. You
I
said
know.
5 times, and she's no way.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
And then my
Okay.
insurance agent said use the original estimate. So
Okay.
I went by what she said.
Well, you got 1,000. Be happy.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And that'll wrap it up. Harvey, what do you think?
Okay, auto repair shops are licensed in many states, and there's a consumer protection agency, oftentimes in the government. File a complaint with them. Sometimes they can get you action.